Hi everyone, I'm Yumu from Susan's family. Today, I'll teach you how to make the Botanical Sensations series Flower Morning Hairpin Tulip Edition. For this electronic tutorial, you can search for en.susuddiy.com to view it. This hairpin is divided into several parts: small flower branches, large flower branches, leaves, and accessories assembly. Let's start with the small flower branches. There are a total of 2. Each small flower branch is divided into several parts: the small flower bud, the calyx, and assembly. Let's start with the small flower bud. We will start from foundation chain and work back and forth along the foundation chain. The stitches we will use include chains, slip stitches, and double crochets. Please watch as I demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Take out the corresponding yarn. The yarn for the sample is chosen randomly. For specific yarn details, color schemes, and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product. First, let's start with foundation chain. Wrap the tail of the yarn around your left little finger once. Pass it through between your middle finger and index finger. Then pinch the yarn tail with your thumb and middle finger. Pick up the crochet hook with your right hand. Position the hook underneath the yarn. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise. Use your left thumb and middle finger to pinch the crossing point of the loop. Place the hook on the left side of the yarn. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. This slip knot does not count as a stitch. Tighten it slightly. Now we start crocheting chains. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. 1 chain is completed. Each V-shaped loop represents 1 stitch. Continue crocheting chains. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. This is the 2nd stitch. Repeat this process. Continue crocheting chains. Keep going all the way down until you finish the required number of stitches. For the exact stitch count, please refer to the chart. This completes the starting chain. Next, we'll work on row 1. Start with 2 chains. Then work into the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is this stitch here? Pick up the top loop of the chain. That's this single strand of yarn. Work 1 double crochet stitch. Yarn over once. Insert the hook into the corresponding position. Draw the yarn through. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain. Yarn over and draw through the remaining loops. The double crochet is now complete. The braid on the upper right is your stitch marker. Continue with the left chain. Pick up the half loop and work 1 double crochet. Yarn over. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat this step twice. 1, 2. The double crochet is done. Continue with 2 chains. Work 1 slip stitch into the left chain. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. Pull through all the loops on the hook in one go. Slip stitch complete. The oval-shaped slip stitch doesn't need to be tightened. We will treat the crocheted stitches as one cluster. Continue and make another cluster. Start with 2 chains. On the left side of the 2 chains, correspondingly make 2 double crochets. 2 chains. Work 1 slip stitch into the next chain. Insert your hook, pull the yarn through, and draw through in once. Slip stitch completed. The second cluster is also finished. Continue with this method to make 2 more clusters. For the last slip stitch of the final cluster, it should go perfectly into the last chain. After completion, cut the yarn, secure with 1 chain. Stretch the loop. Leave a 20 cm tail and cut the yarn. Pull tight. We will use the side with clearer texture as the right side of the piece. If you're unsure, you can mark it with a marker. This won't be repeated later. That's how you crochet the small bud. Next, let's learn how to make the calyx. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitch used is the CH1SL picket. Please watch as I demonstrate the specific crochet method. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Pick up the yarn with your right hand and wrap it twice around your left index finger. There are now 3 strands of yarn on the index finger. Pinch the overlapping part of the loops with your right thumb and index finger. Take it out. Then hang the yarn end on your left hand. Transfer the loop to between your left middle finger and thumb. Pick up the crochet hook with your right hand. Insert the hook into the loop. Position the hook to the left of the yarn. Draw the yarn through. There is now 1 loop on the hook. Continue with 1 chain to secure. Pull tight. The magic ring is now complete. Move on to crocheting the first round. Start with 2 chains. Work 1 double crochet stitch into the magic ring. Make a picket of 1 chain. Begin with 1 chain. Then insert the hook into the front loop of the stitch below, which is the strand closest to you. That's the line closest to you. And the single line below it. Work 1 slip stitch. Gently tighten. The CH1SL picket is now complete. We'll refer to it as the picket from now on. Continue with 2 chains. Work 1 slip stitch into the loop. Don't pull too tight. We will consider the crocheted stitches as 1 group. Continue and make another group. 2 chains. 1 double crochet stitch. 1 picket. Start with 1 chain. Then insert the hook into the front loop of the double crochet stitch below, and through the strand of yarn below. Work 1 slip stitch. Slightly tighten it. The picket is complete. Crochet 2 chains. And 1 slip stitch. The second group is done. Continue with another group. After that, close the magic ring. First, gently pull the starting tail of the yarn. There will be a moving loop. Tighten the moving loop. One loop will remain. Pull the tail tight directly. Here, you don't need to pull it too tight. The loop is now fastened. Leave a 40 cm tail at the end and cut the yarn. We'll continue with the side that has clearer texture as the right side. Secure the short ends on the wrong side. You can sew a few more stitches for reinforcement. Trim off the excess tail. This completes the flower calyx. Finally, assemble the small flower branch. Start by taking out the small flower bud. Here, I'll demonstrate with a sample swatch. The colors are random, with the wrong side facing outwards. First, thread the long tail into a darning needle. Begin rolling from the starting chain. Use the reserved yarn tail to sew a few stitches and secure the shape. Once done, tie off and hide the tail. Next, take the wire. Cut it to about 18 centimeters. Pick up a few strands from below the small flower bud and pass through. If it's difficult to pass through, you can use a needle for assistance. Fold it in half. Tighten it. Then, take out the flower calyx. Place the wrong side facing up. Pass through from the center of the starting point to the right side. If it's hard to pass through, you can use the crochet hook to widen the spot a little. Thread the reserved tail of the flower calyx into the sewing needle. Sew the flower calyx and the small flower bud together. Try not to leave obvious seams. Once done, pass the yarn tail back to the starting point. Wrap the yarn around the wire. You can apply a tiny bit of glue here to secure it in place. Mindful not to apply too much glue. Pay attention to wrapping the yarn evenly and aesthetically. After completing, trim off any excess. Secure it with glue. This completes the assembly of one small flower branch. You can make another small flower branch using the same method. Next, let's learn how to make a large flower branch. There are 4 in total. Each is divided into 2 parts, the petals and the assembly. Let's start with the petals. We will start from foundation chain. Work in rounds, follow the foundation chain. The new stitches used here are single crochet and half double crochet. Please watch as I demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Start with a chain to match the required number of stitches. After completing, crochet the first round. First, make 1 chain as the turning chain for the single crochet. On the second to last chain, pick up the top half loop and make 1 single crochet. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over again, and draw through all loops on the hook. Single crochet completed. The braid on the upper right is its stitch. Place a marker to mark it. Continue with 1 half double crochet, yarn over once. Insert the hook, pull the yarn through. Yarn over again, and draw through all loops on the hook. Half double crochet is complete. Continue correspondingly with 4 double crochets. On the next chain, work 1 half double crochet, yarn over once. Insert the hook, pull the yarn through. Yarn over again, and draw through all loops on the hook. Half double crochet completed. On the last chain, work 3 single crochets. After completing, you'll reach the other side of the starting point. Insert into the placement of stitches for the previous half double crochet. Work 1 half double crochet. Pay attention not to insert into the single crochet's entry position. Weave in the yarn tail together. Continue inserting into similar stitch placements. Crochet stitches symmetrical to the right side. At the insertion point of the last single crochet, work 1 single crochet, then join with a slip stitch at the stitch marker position to conclude. Leave a 30 cm tail end, and cut the yarn. Trim any unsecured yarn tails. As before, we'll use the side with clearer texture as the right side. This completes one petal. Finish the remaining petals using the same method. Note that for 8 petals, you need to leave a long tail end. For the rest of the petals, leave a 5 cm tail, and secure them on the wrong side. After all the petals are crocheted, it's time to assemble the flower branch. First, take out 5 petals. Among these, 2 should have the yarn tails left intact. Thread one of the yarn tails through a darning needle. Place it with the wrong side facing the petal that doesn't have a tail. Make sure the position of the slip stitch corresponds. This means the tip without the slip stitch marks should be facing upward. Whip stitch together 3 adjacent stitches at the bottom. Insert and sew through the corresponding stitches to join them. After completing, sew back down to the bottom. Then sew the other side. Sew back down to the bottom again. Leave the yarn tail for now, don't handle it yet. There will be some gaps left in the middle of the petals. Continue with the remaining 3 petals, and sew them together using the reserved yarn tails. The method is identical to the previous one. Everyone, go ahead and complete it. This is what it looks like after sewing 3 petals together. Leave the yarn tails on the outside for now, don't handle them yet. Next, take a small pearl and an 18 cm long wire. Thread it through the small pearl. The pearl size for the sample is random. Fold it in half. Tighten it. Exit through the right sides of 2 petals. Pull it down to the bottom. Then come out through the middle of the 3 petals. Bring the reserved yarn tails along as well. Tidy it up. Try to keep them close together. Slightly stagger the 2 layers of petals. Then take the yarn used for crocheting the calyx. Wrap the yarn around the wire. Include the reserved yarn tail while wrapping. Wrap tightly around the bottom of the flower. Finally, secure the yarn tails. This completes one large flower branch. Assemble the remaining large flower branches in the same way. That concludes the explanation for the large flower branches. Lastly, we will learn how to make the leaves. We will start from foundation chain. Work in rounds, follow foundation. Please watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Start with a chain of corresponding stitches. After completing, work the first round. Chain 1 to begin. Then start from the second to last chain. Correspondingly, make 2 single crochets. Nine half double crochets. Three single crochets. Finally, work 1 slip stitch on the last chain. 2 chains and 1 slip stitch. When you reach the other side of the starting point, insert your hook into the previous stitch's insertion position. Crochet the corresponding stitch pattern. Finish with a slip stitch. Leave a 5 cm tail, then cut the yarn. Weave in the yarn tail on the wrong side, where the texture is blurry. This way, one leaf is completed. Crochet the remaining leaves using the same method. Finally, assemble the accessories. It is divided into large pearls, hair clips, and butterfly pendants. Please watch me demonstrate the specific making method. First, assemble the large pearl. Cut 18 centimeters of wire. Insert one large pearl. Fold it in half. Tighten it. The large pearl is completed. Assemble the remaining 3 parts using the same method. Next, assemble the completed parts with the hairpin. First, take out 1 large flower branch, 1 small flower branch, and 1 large pearl. Combine them together. Place the large flower branch on top. Put the small flower branch slightly below. And the large pearl. Pay attention to staggering left and right. For the specific shape, you can refer to the finished product. You can also adjust according to your preference by comparing it with the hairpin. Yarn over at 1/3 of the large flower branch stem. Use the same yarn as the leaves. Try to wrap neatly and attractively. When there is 1/3 left, add another large flower branch. And the large pearl. Stagger them in the same way. The specific length of the wrapping can be adjusted by fitting it with the hairpin. Above the large flower branch, the hairpin should show about 1 centimeter or a little more, slightly longer at the bottom. You can also adjust according to your preference. Secure the yarn tails. Trim off any excess wire. Then take out 4 leaves. Place one leaf with the right side, facing up behind the large pearl on top. Pay attention here, the pointed end is the tip of the leaf. All the tips of the leaves should point upward. After confirming the position is proper, secure it with glue. The upper part of the leaves will be left hanging. This allows them to curl naturally. Once you've ensured it's securely in place, attach another leaf behind the small pearl below. Place 2 more leaves alternately below that. Note that the topmost leaf should be about 0.5 centimeters away from the end. Do not glue the bottom part for now. Arrange the leaves in a staggered pattern. Cover the yarn over marks at the back. The exact position can also be adjusted according to your preference. As long as the overall shape looks nice, it's fine. Next, take the thread and insert it into the sewing needle. Place the assembled flower branch on the right side of the hair clip. At appropriate positions on both ends. Sew and secure it in place. Since it's difficult to sew when closed, you can clamp it onto something. Start by securing the large flower branch at the second gap position. Start by leaving a little yarn tail. Then yarn over. Try to keep the yarn over flat and neat. Pull tight. After completing, tie a knot. Hide it inside. Do the same with the other yarn tail, hiding it inside as well. This secures the top end. Next, secure the bottom end. Use the same method as before. Try to tie the knot on the inner side for the yarn tail. Weave in the ends the same way. Finally, secure the bottom and right side of the leaf. Tidy it up. After completion, one side of the hairpin is assembled. if the wire texture around the large pearl isn't tight enough, you can twist it a bit more. Lastly, assemble the pendant butterfly. There are a total of 4 pendants. Attach 2 pearl pendants to the top edge of the leaf. Attach the petal pendant to the bottom edge of the leaf. Stand the hairpin up. The pendant should be able to swing naturally. The exact position can be adjusted according to your preference. Below, please watch as I demonstrate the specific installation method. First, cut a section of chain. The finished product will have 3 linked rings. The specific chain length can be adjusted according to your needs. Open one end. Attach it to the teardrop pendant. Restore it to its original state. Insert the other end through a round ring. Attach the ring to the edge of the fabric. It usually goes on the wrong side of the fabric. Pick up 2 threads from the edge. You can pick them up a bit loosely at first. The small sample here has random fabric. Close the round ring. And that's how you attach one pendant. Below, I will demonstrate the installation method for the petal pendant. First, take out the chain. Attach a round ring to one end. Then attach the petal. Close the round ring. Attach another round ring to the other end. Clip it onto the corresponding position of the fabric piece. Close the round ring. And that's how you install the petal pendant. That concludes the explanation of assembling one side of the hair clip. Assemble the other side symmetrically using the same method. Everyone can refer to the previous demonstration to complete it. Finally, attach the butterfly onto one of the large flower branches. Apply glue to the middle of the backside of the butterfly where there are no diamonds. After securely attaching it and ensuring it is fixed in place, fold the wings slightly to make them more three-dimensional. This will give it a more stereoscopic appearance. The exact placement is up to your preference. Up to this point, the entire hair accessory has been fully explained. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website, Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.